All right, today we are checking out very, very fresh, very new lightning fast reactor because that's who we are now. We have a new animated song from Rockit Music called Nightmare Critters, a Poppy Playtime Chapter 4 song. Now, I've only played Poppy Playtime a little bit, did some songs on it. I'm not nearly as familiar with the IP as FNAF, obviously. So we're going to see how it compares. I'm guessing there's going to be a lot more lyrical stuff that I don't quite understand as clearly. So we'll see how that affects a casual listening. So go watch the original. Link is down in the description. Very excited to check this one out. We don't steal views here. We don't watch all the way through. We pause and analyze. So if you haven't seen this, because there's a good chance you haven't, because it's very, very new, go watch it first. Then come back here and don't complain about me pausing. That is not the purpose of this video. Let's see what is good. Ooh, cool. Ooh. Okay, right off the bat, this is so cool. We've talked about this. Actually, we talked about this for a song that I don't think has been reaction that hasn't been uploaded yet. But there's this like sad boy core, like emo hip hop, kind of fusion genre that's been happening for the past like 5 years or so. It's really, really cool. It's got like very electronic instrumentals. But the melodies are, and the melodies and delivery are very reminiscent of, for lack of a better term, emo. It's kind of got like a Post Malone, kind of, not Point North. They covered the one from Nothing Nowhere vibe. I love it. I've done a couple songs that's similar influence. This is really cool. Good hook, good hook. That swings, sings in the night, gonna make you sleep. Okay, Baba sounds like a direct name drop. Very likely, just from that, there's going to be a lot of context and information needed. So, lyrically, little displacing, but not the worst thing in the world. So far, sonically, that outweighs it. We'll see how far it leans into it. Cool. Hickey, licky, sickly tree, grinding up your inside coffee beans. Had a dash of blood so sweet, keeping you awake with the sugar dream. Okay, we have two name drops. I don't have the context for this, so I'm wondering though how much that'll affect me because I can literally see the lyrics. So maybe moving forward, I'm going to try and focus solely on just how it hits me sonically and not stare at the words and be like, I don't know who that is. I love the delivery of that hook. Oh, I went a little reggae. It went from like Nothing Nowhere to like 21 Pilots. I know they're a big reference, but I feel like a lot of times when you listen to a lot of these nerdcore artists, you can hear heavy influence from a few specific artists. And I feel like we land on TOP for Rockit Music a decent amount. And Nothing Nowhere also kind of has that influence. So we went from 21 Pilots to 21 Pilots, and somehow that was a shift. But the instrumental, the guitars, or whatever that synth is hitting the upbeat. That's cool. Very, very cool transition. Oh my God. The melodies here are so good. It's T.O.P. It's Post Malone. It's very modern without going like, I don't know, without going like just this is exactly what this is exactly what commercial music sounds like. It's a nice blend. The flow of this is really cool. The prosody and flow is really satisfying, which you can hear some of the like hip hop rap influence, but still maintaining a melody. That's what I mean by the sad boy. It's very posty, but you know, like, well, now there's different eras of Post Malone, like Circles, Better Now, stuff like that. And another key element of that music, at least that genre, especially in pop, is hanging out on the 2 for the melody. I've done that for a few songs. It's really useful when you're trying to convey a minor key, when you're trying to convey some kind of sad feeling, but it's not quite hanging out on the poster child for the minor key, which is a 6. This is your sad house note. It's a little more like melancholy. It's a little bittersweet because it's close to the root major. Because this is the note right here, and this is the major. This is the root. Because the second note in a major key is going to give you a minor sound, but it's not quite full on. Oh, we are in full depression. Love that melody. That melody was very cool. Something about the execution, the timing, the rhythm of it, it felt a little bit behind. It seems like it was just off beat. And oh my God, I forgot. Oh, sorry. My green screening's so poor right now. Pretend that didn't happen for the past 7 minutes. The melody seems like it's just barely behind. I don't know if that was a stylistic choice, but it seems like it doesn't even seem like it's a little like sluggish on purpose. Like it's intentionally trying to be a little bit behind and kind of establishing its own path and its own rhythm. It kind of sounds like it's almost consistently just like scooted a little bit behind. Oh, that was like a head. When your heart stops, it sounds like it was rushed a little bit. And then the So No More Dreams. Yeah, it sounds like if there's any rhythm editing to the vocals in this song, whether or not that was, it sounds like that part didn't have the same consistency of staying on the beat. Not the worst thing in the world, but just slight observation. If you smoke like me, you're blacking out your lungs, so no more dreams. Nightmares. Were they that bad? Yeah, they were that bad. They were night terrors. I love the delivery of Night Terrors right there. Because you're kind of expecting like the note to continue a little bit. So the fact that it cuts a little bit short, it's a little bit jarring. I love that. Were they that bad? Yeah, they were that bad. They were night terrors. Yeah, that's sick. Critters taking over my dreams. Nightmares. Were they that bad? Yeah, they were that bad. They were night terrors. Sick. Doubling up the hook. I'm just a baby lately. That is a wild line without context. It's really satisfying. The melody feels so good, and the syllables definitely have a nice prosody to them, have a nice flow. It seems like it feels good to enunciate. But boy, that was a jarring line. The execution's so good though. The timbre to that voice, again, like it has that that kind of like modern. It's a little bit like pouty. It's got a lot of fry behind it. I really like that. I really like that.
Porcelain fate, contagion, crazy. When the day turns night, the boat takes flight. I'm a shadow in your mind, I'm a bird disguised.
Interesting. That whole section sounds like it needs some. Sounds like it could use some quantizing. Quantizing. We haven't used that term before. Quantizing being basically just cleaning up rhythm. Imagine pitch correction, but instead of for pitch for notes, it's rhythm. It's getting things that are slightly off time, because a lot of times if you track stuff, especially if you track things direct and you don't just program everything, which leads me to believe that these instruments are either real or they were like recorded real on a keyboard and not just dialed in, which is cool. And I respect that. Something about the rhythm of this whole part, the guitars and vocals sound off with the percussion. Yeah, the guitars sound a little bit ahead, and I think the vocals are a little behind. Yeah, just a couple parts of it, like, they're just barely out of sync, so it seems like a tiny, tiny bit rushed. Also, that wasn't even quite a bridge, because every verse has been pretty different. Every verse has been pretty unique, which I'm guessing is trying to convey the idea that this is a song being focused on many, many, many of these different characters, which I'm into. It almost feels like a melodic cipher more so than a like traditional song. If there's another verse after this, then this is almost getting into like fictional character cipher. Yeah.
Cooking you up like a chef, I'm a 40-40.
Oh, yeah, that execution, that good enough down chef.
Cooking you up like a chef.
You up, cooking you up like a chef. I'm like putting things over here. Like I really like that execution. I like the enunciation. I love that delivery.
I'm a 40-40. A recipe road and eating you bone. I've been circling, swimming around.
That's cool. It also fits so well into the vocalist register. It complements the timbre so much. It's got that, like, I forget what the artist is called. It's a TikTok artist, which TikTok is making it harder to know who does what song because attention span. But it's like or whatever it is. It's semi 21 Pilots. It's really cool. It's really cool.
When you dream, I'll be pulling you down. I'm a critter. In the deep blue sea, no one hears you scream.
They're really short verses. Cool cut. Very cool cut. Simple but effective. Attention grabbing. Fire. Sick. This hook is so sticky. Fire. Well done. That was sick. That was so good. Yeah, I love this. And again, we've said this with other Rockit music we've reacted to, especially a lot of the more modern stuff versus the popular stuff that's older. It's got such a modern, not rock. It's got such a modern, like hip hop band alternative, like, you know, bands that are bands, but they're not making rock music, but it's debatable. I mean, what is a genre anymore? Genres are dying, but yeah, just that 21 Pilots, Nothing Nowhere, Imagine Dragons, just, you can hear you can hear the rock influence. You can hear that old school song structure, and also the influence of like the drum patterns, the way that some instruments fill out like an electric guitar would, but replacing it with something else. So basically taking these elements and then finding modern alternative ways to convey the same thing without it being very, very harsh, hard instrumentals. And I love that. I think that's great. I think it also suits the vocalist so well. I think that's like right in their wheelhouse. It's very, very strong. It like I said, it complements the timbre of their voice. I think it's rad. Very, very cool. Go watch the original. Thank you so much for watching. Congratulations to Rockit Music for a hella dope release, and we'll see you in the next one.